Hello to everyone. Hello to everyone. My name is Mstyslav Banik. I'm a director of the Directorate for the Development of Digital Public Services at the Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine. And today, in this video, I'll show you some information about our work, about our goals, and of course, about our results. And I hope you would be interested in any kinds of collaboration and any kinds of common work with digitalizing our countries and digitalizes this planet. So I have a little presentation. Let's start it now. So let's go. Digital state this is the name of our main goal because we are building the digital state, and it's includes different ways of our work and different aims of the Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine. So our vision in general is to build the most comfortable country in the world, because now, as we know, the governments too bureaucracified in any country of the world, but in the same time, different businesses, different products already mobile first, already digitalized, and the main services that person use any day is already in the laptop and the smartphone. And we as the governments and as a ministries should make the same weight of development of our services as a country, and to build a really digital state. So being in the smartphone, being available online, being without paper, without too many fields, it's a way to build the most comfortable country for the people, because maybe earlier governments felt that getting any document or any public service is a goal of the person. So now it's a goal of the government and our government employees. So our four main goals of the Ministry of Digital Transformation is to make all the public services available online. So these goals is the deadline of these goals is just in 2 years, in 2023 year, and now we are going to really develop and to make some re-engineering. I'll tell you about this later. Of public services. The second aim is growing the GDP, because as everybody knows that IT industry is growing fastly in any country, and in Ukraine we have and we do all we can to make the better conditions to grow in the IT industry. And really our aim is to set the 17 billion as a GDP in the Ukraine. So of course, making public services online and making digital solutions is setups to have a good digital skills by the people. So, and really, you know that a lot of elder people and a lot of people who are not living in the big cities or middle-sized cities, they they are not the best in digital skills. So in the same time as we develop and produce the public services to set that them available online, we are going to develop digital skills in Ukraine at the same time, because everybody understands that digital skills, it's not about using the email or Facebook, it's about the cyber security. And this is about using the websites, using the same public services, paying for anything in the internet, and so on. So, and the first goal all main goals of the Ministry of Digital Transformation is in the same time as we make the comfortable digital state by developing the digital services. Of course, we have to have in Ukraine the good internet, and our aim to the same years 2023. We are going to cover via the internet with a high-speed internet the 95% of transport infrastructure and any settlement. So you understand how it's important for the Ukrainians, and how do we do it from the whole start. So for the first, as you know, governmental processes not starts from the products. Yes, of course it starts from the political view and political goals, and with common work with the parliament, with the cabinet of ministers of Ukraine. So and now we are going in the wide structure. So as of course we have the general view of the president of Ukraine, and the general view and in the same time from the prime minister of Ukraine. So on the next level we have our Minister of Digital Transformation, and he's in the same time he's a deputy or vice prime minister. They make him more powerful, and it's a good solution for us to provide our public services and our digitalization processes to all the ministers that exist in Ukraine. So because as you understand, Ministry of Digital Transformation not creates any public service as new. And we are not starting to open businesses to get in taxes and I don't know, to verify the place of living of people, because all the public services in Ukraine, they are according to the special ministries and special authorities, and we are going to digitalize all these processes and all these structures. So in any service, big or small, we are working in a common teams with different ministries. So, and of course, as our Minister of Digital Transformation, Mikhail Fedorov, as he is the vice prime minister, in the same time, that's a good solution for us to be more strong in providing digitalization of different ministers and authorities in Ukraine. Of course, in the same time, we built a system of the CDTOs, Chief Digital Transformation Officers, and they exist now in all the ministries. So it's like a mirror from us to that ministry, and they are available on all the levels, on the regional state administration and in the ministries, and it's give us the possibility to provide our services common, really inactive phase. So because we are not coming to ministry and we are not going to ask to do something, because CDTO of the special ministry or authority, like a CDTO of the tax office of Ukraine, for example, yes, and we are working in the common team, and we have the digital team in the special ministry, and we're working together on that processes. And just on the side of the Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine, we have a product DIA. I'll tell you about it in a few slides later. And this is the one-stop shop where all the products of all the ministries, all the digitalized public services, and all the processes that being re-engineered is going to be faced on that one-stop shop, and the citizens of Ukraine to use it to have a connection with the government. So the last thing that I would like to tell on this slide is that in the same time where we have a political view from the president and the prime minister, yes, and in the same time as we going on realizing of the digital projects with different ministries including the CDTOs of these ministries, we are working to change on changing the legislation of services, because of course you understand that all the services, they have special legislations on different levels on the laws and higher or lower documents, and of course we are working with the Parliament's Committee on Digital Transformation on these changes to laws, changes to documents, and to make to have the legalization of changes that we provide. So it's about DIA already. I announced it on the previous slide, and DIA, it's a main product as people think. It's a main product of the Ministry of Digital Transformation. What do I like to tell about it? First of all, we should understand that projects that the ministry has like authority with policies, and it's sometimes difficult to be understandable for casual people, because backend processes, databases, storages, anything is too difficult, and making better the quality of data in the government registers, it's too difficult information for people, and people really they want to have just understandable face to have any negotiation, yes, to have any contact with the government, with the country. And this phase is DIA. It's a web portal and mobile application. Sure, in nowadays the mobile is first, and as we know, the main number of the main count of mobile traffic is already 70% is mobile, and the same I think we can see on our statistics. So DIA mobile application, we started on this project in October 2 years ago, and first of all, we started from developing the documents, because as you know, the first thing that from government has any citizen is documents. It's a driver license, it's ID, or ID for going abroad, or maybe a student's ID, or maybe any documents that can identify the person. And we started from it because on the one hand, we have our great aims to make all the public services available online, but in the same time, any person want from the government, want from the country, anything that could make their life easier, yes? And nowadays, having the documents in the smartphone that could be verified in the best way, that could be really saved in cybersecurity solutions, it's really comfortable, because in Ukraine, a lot of people already almost forgot about the banknotes, paper money, or coins. We already use the Apple Pay, Google Pay, and all our life is already in the smartphone. And in the same time, when you are going to drive your car, you not have to take the driver license, the vehicle documents. You just can have the smartphone in your pocket, and it's our way to come to smartphones of citizen, and it's a great solution, because on the first 3 days after launching the mobile application, just with the driver documents, we had already 1 million users. So, and now, as you see, less than 2 years ago, from October 2019, we have already almost 6 million users, and it's a great number for governmental application. And so as we started from the documents, it's not the wallet, because it was just the first step to have a connect with the people. And now we are developing the public services available in smartphone. Of course, we have some special terms of it. I think, for example, the service in public service in the smartphone should be simple, should be easier. It may not have a lot of fields to be filled to get these public services. And of course, we had some blocker as the digital key to sign the public services. And this is that document that we have now. It's 9 documents, and I'm going to announce you that in October maybe we will have a couple of documents in addition to this, and I think the most number of cases when people use their documents in paper and plastic would be forgotten, because people really even the pension IDs will use just in smartphone. But in the same time, yes, we are working on the public services, and here is on our stand. To our stand comes the web portal, and because the idea it's an ecosystem, and as I told a minute before, that launching public services in the smartphone asks us to be simple and understandable. So in the same time, using the web portal on the desktop has another view, because really difficult services, really services with a lot of edit documents, like scans on a building, or maybe rights to the ground landscapes, or anything. It's available on the web portal. And now I will not stop on every of them. And now we have almost 70 services on the web portal and 12 services in the mobile application. What I'd like to focus on, first of all, I would like to tell you about the re-engineering of public services. So our philosophy, it's not about that digitalizing the paper forms, because it's a way to nowhere, you know. So any public services that it's appears on the web portal there or in the mobile application, it's it has a few steps of optimization and re-engineering. What's mean re-engineering of public services? For example, opening the small entrepreneurship, small business in paper has 58 fields that you have to fill in paper and to open your small business. And now on the web portal, we have just 10 fields to fill. In the end of these 10 fields, you can check all full application form, and it will include all number of 58 fields, but such things like your text number, your passport data, or maybe, of course, your name, we can pre-fill it because we know it already. And a lot of such steps makes possible to do these public services really simple. And in the same time, you'll agree with me, always in any country, the bureaucratic language, it's difficult to be understandable for the casual people. And every of us felt this on his or her life. And so when we make a form in paper in the ending of the application form just to check, it's okay. But providing these services and making them being available online makes us gives us a chance to do this text, this notifications, these advices more simple, more understandable, and to rewrite them to the understandable words and language. And it's great because it's a wonderful phase of government now for the citizens, because public services becomes understandable. So it was the first thing that I would like to tell you about the public services. And the second thing that our aim is to make public services automatical. So what I mean, for example, on the same example that opening a small entrepreneurship, small business, what do we have? These services became really, this service became automatic. So as earlier, you fill the form and then the governmental registrator checks these forms and inputs your data to the governmental registry, and after it you became the register small business. Now it's all is developed to be full automatic. So after filling the form on the web portal, already your small business will be registered in 2, maybe 3 seconds. You'll get the email with a congratulation on this. And this is our aim, to make the public services on the first hand, on the first step, understandable, and on the second step, fast and automatical. Because in the same time, this way is in the same time is makes us to be closer to the digital state and the and to be comfortable for our people. In the same time, is fight the corruption, because when you delete or when you remove the human factor, any governmental registrator from services, from the process, and make this automatical, there's no chance for corruption. And of course, opening the small entrepreneurship, it's a good beginning, but it's not that way that is connected to a lot of corruption. But in the same time, we are making automatic public services in such spheres like building, from small to great buildings to houses and so on. We are going to launch automatic services for registration of the some products of business, and it's our aim to closest years, not just to make services available online, but in the same time to make the services automatic, because it's open us all the possibilities to fight with the corruption. And I think it's really great for the people and for the country in general. And the third thing that I would like to tell you about on this slide is digital signature. As I told before, that the main blocker to launch the public services in the smartphone is using digital key. As you know, digital key is a really necessary thing to make available public services, because we have to identify person, not just via login authorization session on the website but and signing the application form. So, and we we created the almost new way of digital signature. So mobile application DIA already includes the new kind of signature, because to create this file, to create this key, you don't have to store it on your smartphone in the cloud storage or anywhere on the on safety storage. Yes, to create, we use your banking data, because banking data, not the financial data. Banking data, it's identifying you like a citizen, because bank works with your documents. And in the same time, we have the step of photo verification, because we have to be sure that that person that creates the digital DIA signature is the same as in the documents. And to create this solution, to create the signature, you have to pass the photo verification when our nearest compare your face while you are moving in different sites and blinking with your face in the database, the photo base of your passport, biometrical passport. So it's a great way to be sure that this is the same person. And after all steps, using the DIA signature is just to open DIA, opens QR scanner in the DIA, and to scan the QR and to sign the public services, the document, just we are moving your face. And this is really great. And I hope that different countries will make such a solution available for their citizens, because this really changes the life. And so let's go on. Some examples of public services in the same time. So first is support for small entrepreneurships and their employees in December. It's a great example of public service, because you see, we launched this public services in December of last year, and on 2020, and in 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, almost 500,000 of people used this service. What the major things about it? The first thing is that this public services was already created in digital, so we didn't have any analogical services on the offline. These public services with the different authorities from Ukraine is in common work were created in digital at all. So it's the first thing. The second thing is this public services, as I told you before about the re-engineering processes, has just one field. You had to one field and one checkbox. On the checkbox, on the first step, you have the checkbox, and we ask you to say us, are you sure that you work in this organization? Yes. Okay. Next step. And the second step is one field. It's input your banking account number in the IBAN format. So that's all. After it, from the budget, person gets the money. So it's a great, as for me, a really great example of public service event. We have just one field, one checkbox, and we just ask person to input the number of banking account to get the money from government. and that's great. That's great. And about the digital signature, the signature, as I told before, I was on fire to announce it. It's comparing face special safety code to this signature, and that's all. Just 5 steps to launch it. So, as I already told a lot of it, it's the online public services, the web portal. We have 5 million users, and we have almost 2 million personal cabinets on the DIA web portal. So it's one ecosystem with the mobile application, but different focuses. Small example that you don't need your driver license on the web portal. Yes, so you already know your driver documents, but when the petrol police has to check it while driving, you can just take your smartphone, and you will not use, in this case, the web portal. And in the same time when you have to apply some scans of the documents while you apply in the form of registration of the building, you will not doing it in the smartphone. Oh, okay, and so it's a great ecosystem, and for login to the portal, to the web portal, you can use the mobile application just to scan the QR code and just have to photo verification, like on the previous slide. And automatic registration of small business, private entrepreneur, I told you already. And really, the statistics even better that I told you. Just 1.5 seconds takes the automatic processing of the application. And really we're sure that this is the fastest opening the small business in the world. So, and we made it in Ukraine. The next example that I would like to have some stop on it, it's complex services. E-Malatko means in English like e-baby, like electronic baby, and complex services, that means that one application form has inside of it already 9 public services according to the born of baby. So, for example, you have to set the name, you have to get the tax number, you have to register of living, you have to send the application form for getting the help from the government, and in life offline, you have to go to different authorities, different organizations in different addresses, because this is 9 documents, and the young, the new parents don't want to spend the time really on it. They want to spend the time with a newborn baby, and one form. When you don't have to put, as I told already before, you don't have to put again your name, and you don't have to put the name 9 times for 9 services. We just pre-fill it for you, and this is really wonderful, because you can spend, for example, 20 or maybe 30 minutes on this form, and get all the services, and just go to the Ministry of Justice to get your to get the document that the child was born, and just already waiting for you. It's already produced, and it's great. And really, as you see, 84% of families use this from the date that we launched this in Ukraine. So it's great. It's for me. And let's stop and finish with the public services. And if you are interested in it, we can make any streams of communication to make you maybe more information, or maybe you would be focused on any information of public services. But as I told in the beginning, we have 4 different goals of ministry, and that is about the internet and the situation in the next. The blue and the green dots, it's a new coverage of the internet. Of course, here we had some internet in different points of Ukraine, but now really it's a great jump with covering with the 4G, because we have a great land area and a great I'm sorry. And we have a great number of highways, kilometers, yes, and new solutions in development of the mobile internet, new solutions in the getting access for the people. It's great, because 1.7 million citizens first of all got access for 4G. It's really wonderful, and we are going to develop this day to day, and our coverage plans is in 2 years to have a really good results with coverage from in the small small settlements, and in 2.5 years on international highways and in national highways. Really, I travel a lot of, and I really feel in myself how is better becoming the coverage on the internet. And in the same time, now we have the subvention. It's not in this presentation, but we have a subvention of covering with the cable internet in different settlements where there are no still internet, and government will pay for the connecting to the internet the object of social infrastructure, like hospitals, like schools, and so on. And this will give a good chance for the internet providers to cover the new settlements, small settlements that wasn't before good for investigation into developing the coverage zone of the internet providers. And now it will be really good for all the people. And about the special development of the digital skills, we have the special web portal osvita.dia.gov.ua, and we have already I think maybe even more than 63 education series, and all the education courses is in series, because it's a new format, it's short, understandable for people with the tests after it. And really, we have already more than 2 million of unique visitors of this service. So it's great for us. And DS City e-residence, it's our solutions to make IT in the IT in Ukrainians GDP higher, as I told before, to grow to 17 billion. And dear city, we already have this in Ukraine. It's a virtual economic zone with a lower and more transparent taxes and different IT companies can apply there and to work on new way. And you know, a really of IT company, really a lot of IT companies from the Belarus and close countries already interested to move to Ukraine and work in the new economic zones. E-residency shortly is a possibility to open the small entrepreneurships without visiting Ukraine and to pay taxes in Ukraine and live anywhere. And it's a good way to be really to work really in a comfortable tax system. Virtual assets, and I will not stop on it. It's ways really that Ministry of Digital Transformation working on in the same time while we are working on the public services or growing the GDP in the budget of Ukraine. So state strategy, it's a special ways because we have temporary occupied territories in Ukraine, as you know, as a Crimea and the Donbass, and we unite our national projects under the umbrella to unveil this strategy. And our complex services is available for all of people, and as we saw before, the e-Malatko like baby. So we are going on the way to cover the different lifestyle situation of people, like e-school. So all the public services connected to the school, to the going child kids to school, and in the same time like e-hospital and so on. So the key messages of our is paperless and the corruption stress. You know about it, but what about paperless? Paperless, it's a great flag of Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine, because government all the time gives you some papers. So you buy the apartment, okay, get your paper. You are getting the passport, okay, get your document. And there are really a lot of documents in different kinds, in different life of these documents. We all have a lot of documents, and in the same time, the data is that is in documents already should be on the side of the government, because government give it to you. And paperless, it's a way when any citizen of Ukraine can come offline to any authority, just show his or her passport, and it would be enough to get at this authority all the needed information to give to this person public services offline if he wants. And in the same time, paperless, it's about the public services online, because when you're working with the public services in digital, on the smartphone or on the website, you don't have to work with your papers, and we are not asked papers, or will not ask paper in some services like a building. So it's our main goals that we are working on, and this the finish of my presentation. Hope you were interested in it, and if you have any questions on any projects, any lifestyle situation, any kind of how do we make the re-engineering of business processes of, or maybe how we do the re-engineering of application forms, or how do we make the re-engineering of the laws, you can ask anywhere. We are open to contact with any countries, and it's great to make the living of the people easier, simple, and more comfortable, because nowadays the government is a service for the people, but not the something great and wonderful. Thank you.